Hey, what's up guys, it's Kaylee, and today's Top 5 Wednesday is the top 5 children's books that you should read as an adult. I haven't just gone with children's books here, I've gone with some middle grade as well, just because I realised I didn't actually have that many children's books that I thought should be read as an adult. I like this category because I still really like children's books, and I like justifying the fact that as an adult I still want to read them, so this seemed like a good topic for me. So I've got 4 books and then some films that I just want to briefly mention. I'm going to start off with Abomination by Robert Swindells. This is about a 12-year-old girl called Martha, I think? Yeah. And she is almost completely cut off from the outside world. They don't have a TV, they only have a radio, I think. Her mother controls what she can listen to on the radio, like they're only allowed to listen to the weird Christian station, and she's not allowed to have friends, she's not allowed to bring friends home, she's not allowed to use computers. She's very, very isolated from the rest of the world, apart from the fact that she is allowed to go to school. That's like the one concession that they make. And all of that is because they have this creature living in their basement that's only known as Abomination. This book kind of follows Martha as she finds her first friend and has to deal with trying to navigate the world of friendship while having parents that refuse to let her bring friends around or like won't let her act like a normal child. And there's a big plot twist at the end that is kind of really shocking and really devastating, and that's one of the reasons I think that it's so great to read as an adult, because as a child you're like, oh wow, Martha has a really sad life, like she's not allowed to watch TV, she's not allowed to use a computer. But as you grow older you really realise how abusive her parents are, how much they abuse the power that they have over her as her parents. You realise how narrow-minded they are and how dreadful and devastating the thing that they do is. I can't tell you guys because it'll completely ruin the book, but like just because of their very narrow worldview. So I think that although it's an important book for children to read, it's an even more important book for adults to read. Then I think adults should reread Roald Dahl's children's books. Obviously his adult books are nice and dark and disturbing and creepy, but his children's books are not all puppies and kittens. Like, George's Marvelous Medicine, for example, is really, really messed up. Like, this boy makes a potion with, like, paint and shoe polish and all this weird stuff, perfume and tons of pills for his grandma. Like, it's all fun and games in the book when it makes her grow to the size of a house, but in the real world that stuff would kill her. And not that she doesn't deserve it, but like, this is a very dark book, so I think it's always fun to go back and reread children's books when you're older and see how dark and disturbing they really are. These books that you thought were so funny and sweet, and when you were a child, and now you're like, that is really, really fucked up. Next is the Chronicles of Narnia books. I included this on the list actually because I want to reread them as an adult. When I read them as a child, I didn't really get all the complexities regarding religion and all the allegory, all the metaphors, all the symbolism. So I'd really like to go back as an adult knowing more about my faith and knowing more about the books and C.S. Lewis, and see the way that he wove this really beautiful story together and interwove all of these threads of religion through it. I think it would just be a really interesting read for me, and I did actually start rereading them, but I seem to have stopped and let it go, so I'll probably start again quite soon. Then the last of the books that I think adults should read is Nevermore by Jessica Townsend. This is not for any profound reason, I just think it was a really lovely book and that adults as well as children will be able to enjoy it. It was just absolutely wonderful. I have done a full review of this if you'd like to hear more thoughts on it, but it was so magical and amazing, and it was exactly everything that my childhood self would have wanted, so it had a nice sense of nostalgia for me. Like this, I would have devoured this book as a child and I still devour it as an adult. So yeah, just everything about it was really wonderful, and I highly recommend that you guys read this. And then film-wise, pretty much any kids film ever was actually made for adults. So like, I'm gonna use the example of the Shrek movies. Like, I loved those as a child and I love them more as an adult because they're so much funnier, they're so much darker, they're quite naughty sometimes. They're just a lot more entertaining now, and I highly recommend that you guys give some of your favourite childhood Disney and DreamWorks films a rewatch, because I'm sure that you'll find some hidden messages in there that you didn't quite get before that will highly amuse you. So that is all I have for you guys today. I love reading children's books, so if you have any suggestions for this topic, please leave them in the comments because I would love to expand my children's books reading horizons. It's also helpful for work because we often get parents coming in asking for suggestions for their children to help them get into reading, to help them enjoy reading more. So it would be really helpful for me work-wise as well if you guys could give me some suggestions of things that I could read and then recommend to people. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye!